So my name is Renia Lopez, and I am the program leader for the minor in European Studies and also for the minor in Spanish. So we're talking about two different minors here. Both these minors are offered by the Department of English and Communication, and they are open to year 2 students at the moment. If you are a year 1 student, you will be eligible to apply next year. If you are year 3, you might be eligible to apply now, so keep with me. If you are year 1, you might be able to take some subjects now that will count for it next year if you join the minor. So stay with us, don't go. And the way we're going to do this is I'm going to give you a short presentation, about 15 minutes or so, and then I'm going to open for questions, because usually I give you the information that you already know, but then you have all of these questions. We are recording the session, so you will be able to go back to it and listen to it again if you need to. And we'll also share it with those who have registered but have not come today. Okay, so let me start. Hopefully everything works. Can you see my second slide, requirements to apply? Thank you. It is good to have your feedback from time to time, so thanks a lot for that. Okay, so in terms of requirements to apply, you probably know this already. You need a 2.5 GPA or above. You need to be enrolled in a 4-year degree or 5-year, because some of you guys, nursing, for example, you'll be in a 5-year. And you need to be a 2nd-year student right now. You have 2 rounds to apply. The first round is now, the 12th to the 21st of October, and the second round will be 16th to 19th of November. How does this work? Well, in the first round, we will consider students with a 2.5 GPA, 2nd-year degree students. So, you know, basically what it says on the box, in the box. And then in the second round, we will again consider anyone else who applies 2.5 GPA, 2nd-year student, and also anyone in the 3rd or 4th year who has enough credits already to join the minor at this point. So if you're a year 3 or year 4, you still can apply, but only during the second round. More, and if you have any questions about this, obviously talk to me specifically. Okay, what do you need to claim the minor? You need to complete 18 credits from the subject list. I will show you the subject list in a minute. And at least 9 credits need to be level 3 or above. Be careful with this, yeah, because some students forget that you need 9 credits level 3 or above, and only realize in the last year, and then there's a problem. So keep an eye on that. Both minors are custom designed minor programs. So basically the subjects that we have are specific to these minors. So they were developed for these minors. And it is, neither minor is related to any major program. So you do not need to be in the Department of English to do these minors. You can be in any department. If your department allows you to take a minor, this is something you might need to check, because some departments do not like you taking a minor in another department. They think you've already got too much work. So you might need to check with your major department. Both minors are full-time. They both start in January 2022, so next January, and usually they take 2.5 years. if you are doing a 5-year degree, you have an additional year to complete it. The medium of instruction is English, but if you are taking Spanish, of course your lessons will be in Spanish. If you're taking a subject in French, French language, that would be in French, or German, that would be in German. But the language is English, the main language. And one other thing with the hybrid system, we need you to be present, and if you cannot be present, we really need you to have the camera on and the microphone on for the language proficiency subjects. Because imagine if this and you couldn't see me, it would be really difficult to have any sort of interaction. And in order to learn a language, you really need the interaction. So just be ready, yeah? Be ready to be there, to be interactive, and to communicate with others and your teacher. Okay, in terms of the credits, as I said before, you need 18 credits. And these you can take from a list of free electives that include GUR, so General University Requirement subjects, and WIE subjects. And these are double counted. What does this mean? It means that if you do a WIE for whatever major you are doing, and that WIE is related to France, for example, we can also count that for the European Studies minor. Or if you go to Spain and do your WIE in Spain, we can count that for the minor in Spanish, and you might also be able to count it for your major, the WIE for your major. And we, every year, especially before COVID, we used to have quite a number of students who would go abroad to do their WIEs, and these are really good experiences. And the university has money to pay for these. So your majors, under your majors, and under the WIE program, you can apply for money to go to Spain, to work in Spain for a couple of months, for example. A few years ago, we had a student who was doing statistics, and he went to Spain. He ended up working with a company that was marketing sports-related equipment, and they needed someone to help them with the statistics. By the end of his time with them, they offered him a job, at the end, what he did is he came back to Hong Kong and he offered to the company to set up the Hong Kong branch over here. So you know, there are opportunities that you can follow on from these things. What else? Oh, on exchange. If you go on exchange, and it seems that the exchange programs are picking up again, if you go on exchange, you can do a block transfer of up to 9 credits. So for example, if you go to, I don't know, Sweden, and in Sweden, you take one subject related to European history, one subject related to British culture, and one subject related to, I don't know, French cinema, for example. And those 3 subjects will count towards the European minor because they are Europe related. So always bear that in mind, that if you go on exchange, it doesn't matter where you go on exchange, the subjects you take there, you might be able to count. Even if you go to, I don't know, the US, for example, you might still be able to take subjects there which are related. And more things. Sorry, my mouse has gone away. Let's see if it comes back now. Okay, so for the European Studies minor specifically, for this minor at the moment, we've got a quota of 23, and And what else? And for this minor, you have two core subjects. One of them is one modern European language, so French, German, and Spanish. And the other core subject is one called Aspects of European Public Discourse, with a teacher who is actually really, really popular, and her classes are always full. So if you do take the European minor, you make sure that you register early for this subject. And then you take 4 free minor electives. These electives can include more languages if you want. The only thing is that you need to make sure that at least 9 credits are year 3 or above. So in terms of the list of subjects that you can take, you can access them through our website, the Minor in European Studies website. I'll give you the links in the chat when I finish talking. And these are the electives. So as you can see, you've got a whole lot of language-related subjects, Spanish, French, German, and you've got other content subjects on history and culture, on literature, cultural and creative industry. Many of these subjects are from the English department, that's the ENGL, but as you can see, there's other subjects which are from other departments as well. So CBS, design, we have something, applied APSS. In one subject that is missing from this list is a new subject that is going to be on offer in January, which is around Europe in 13 films. So this is about European culture through its films. It has already been updated on the website, so you will find it on the website, but when I was preparing this, I didn't have it. So as you can see, there's a whole lot of things, and some of these, including around Europe in 13 weeks, are also car subjects. So that means that you can count these subjects both for your major and your minor. So year 1 students, you might want to pay attention here. If you're looking for a car subject, why not take one of the car subjects under the minor? And then next year, if you're interested in taking the minor, you will already have a subject, which will make your life easier, obviously. So more things. The minor in Spanish. For the minor in Spanish, we have a quota of 25. We had to increase it last year because it was so popular. So it went up to 25. And there are 4 core subjects for this one. Spanish 1, Spanish 2, Spanish 3, Spanish 4. So the idea behind the minor in Spanish is that you will learn Spanish. The idea behind the minor in European Studies is that you would have a broader sense of European culture. In terms of your electives, for both minors, you can also take the WIE, as I mentioned before, or the car subjects. Spanish minor subjects are under the link shown here, which I will put in the chat in a minute. And these are your other electives. So as you can see, the number of electives is a little bit more restricted than for the minor in European Studies, because most of what you're going to study is going to be Spanish. We hope to be able to add a couple of subjects to this maybe in the next couple of years. So by the time you go to your second year of the minor, there might be something else for you. And in terms of how you apply, you need to look for an email that was sent to you on the 6th of October 2021, so a couple of weeks ago. And this was the subject: option to study for a major plus a minor for a student, So look for that email. And in that email, you have the link to the form that you need to use to apply. So this is form AR147. which you will find in the AR website, and you fill it in. It's fairly easy. It won't take you very long. And then you send it to your major department. Yeah, not to us, but to the major department, in person or via email. In some cases, as I said before, departments are a little bit reluctant to having the students take on additional workload. So you might need to double check with your program leader, the major program leader, just to make sure that you're allowed and that everything is okay. Our students, we find them everywhere when they graduate. So obviously some of them go onto international related jobs and positions, but we also get students or alumni in corporate communications, public relations, advertising. Quite a lot of them end up in advertising, translation, interpretation. We also have hotel and tourist management. So a whole lot of different jobs might be more open to you because you have these minors. And having one of these minors indicates to your potential, to your future employer, that you are interested in something outside of Hong Kong, that you are open-minded. And of course, if you speak a little bit of a foreign language, it's an even better incentive to give you a job. Bear in mind that you're going to be competing with a lot of people when you graduate, and anything extra, anything that makes you a little bit more special will count in your favor. And that's it. So I'll open the floor now for questions, but before I do that, I'm going